One thing I did forget about, obviously I won't get this started tomorrow. I need engine oil and I also need spark plugs, both of which I'd forgotten about. Also need transmission oil as well. So it might actually be a few days, but I'm still going to disassemble this. What I've got is I made a little cart somewhere. I don't know what I've done with it. It's kicking about somewhere. But I made a little cart to sit the engine on. So what I'll probably do is I'll still dismantle this. I will then sit it on the cart because it's the weight. I would have assembled it all up here, but I'm here by myself and there's no way I'm going to lift this down without injuring myself. And so, yeah, I will have to... Let's try this all over again. One thing I did forget about is I do not have spark plugs for this yet. I also need engine oil, an oil filter, which I don't actually know where the oil filter goes on this. I'll have to figure that out. But an oil filter, and I do need transmission oil as well. So I've got all of that to figure out. But what I will do tomorrow is I can still dismantle this and I can get it onto the little cart that I made. It is about in here somewhere. The main reason I'm not assembling this on the bench here is because I've got to get the thing back down and I'm here by myself. There's no way to get an engine crane in here. And yeah, I don't want to injure myself trying to manhandle this off the bench onto the cart. So I will... it's more sensible to dismantle it. Plus, like I said, it needs gaskets on it anyway, so it's got to be disassembled. Right. This time, that is it. I'm going to get the pressure washer out, get tidied up, and then I'll see what it's like. I might do a little bit on this tonight. I may not. We'll just have to see how the wind blows. Well, technically it's not the next morning yet, but I was just sitting there and I couldn't resist it, so I've come out and just dismantled everything. So it's going to be ready for getting into it first thing in the morning. I do have to clean this off though before I get the clutch. One thing I'm a little baffled by, but there does not seem to be a location for an oil filter. The manual suggests that there should be one on the bottom somewhere. Either it's one of the corners. I assumed it would be under the oil pump at the front there, but it's not. So maybe it isn't. I don't like that. I would much prefer this to have an oil filter. But yeah, it's yeah, maybe it is not meant to. So we'll figure this out in the morning. It's obviously it doesn't look like it's getting dark, but it is getting dark out there. So yeah, we'll come back, have a look, see what we can figure out, and then yeah, start putting it together. Well, it's obviously a new morning and the sun is shining, so we're going to get back into this today. Now, I've been giving this some thought how I'm going to do this, and I think the very first thing I need to do is I want to go over the valves and check the valve lash, just to make sure that everything's where it should be. It's easy. I think it's easier to do it now when it's sitting on the bench. I can just spin it round, drop off each valve cover, and get them checked. Then I'm probably going to put the clutch on and then get the whole unit onto the little cart that I've got, which is sitting outside at the moment. And I want it mobile so I can roll it in and out of the garage here. And yeah, that is a basic plan for today. We'll see how far we get. I'll just stop there for a moment. I don't know if you can pick this up on the camera, but my neighbour's German Shepherd's barking. Because every time I start talking, you can hear me. Really, really sweet dog. I do like German Shepherds. It's But yeah, the moment I start to talk on the camera, you can hear me. Also, when I'm in the kitchen, you can see me through the fence. So he starts barking. So I'll just go up to say hello to him. Anyway, enough about German Shepherds. Let's get on with this. Well, I'm having a bit of a issue. I do have the clutch in. That's fine. Just a little clutch alignment tool. Everything's good. Getting ready to adjust the valves, lifters, and the manuals do not have the clearance, the lash. I've got two there, I've got another one in the house, and none of them, they tell you how to do it, they just don't tell you what you should be working with. So, I have 2 minutes, maybe have a cup of tea, go in and have a dig around online, see what I can find on there. And maybe then we can come back out and start doing them. Okay. We have, oh, that's loose. I think these definitely need adjusting. Anyway, exhaust is 0.008, inlet is 0.006. So, trusty old AutoZone feeler gauges, and let's get to it. So this is a new day, and no, I did not drop the engine. I've just got it sat there and leaned up against that edge just for the time being. But it's starting off today in a journey of exploration. These are all the boxes of fasteners that I've got. Now, I know some of these I don't need, but some of them I do. So I'm going to try and work my way through all of this and see what I do and do not need, actually. That's not... No, it's not. For a second there, I thought that was camshaft pulley. Alternator pulley, but it's not. Yeah, that would have been a bit of a... Anyway, it doesn't matter, I digress. Yeah, I've got all of these. This one are pretty much out of the cockpit, so I can kind of put that to one side, but I've got bits like this. And I know some of this does not belong with this van because that's Ford. In fact, can you see this? Pretty sure that is... Can't see. Yeah, that is... I'm certain that's Cortina, Mark III Cortina, Mark II Cortina, Mark I Escort, that sort of thing. Anyway, I'm going to keep that because, yeah, it might come in handy for something. This, I'm not sure. I was wondering, is this a thermostat? And again, it's a vacuum advance. I don't know what this is. Kind of looks like a vacuum advance, but I'm not entirely sure what that is. Yeah, rotor button. It's a bit of a coil. Oh, that's for the carb. That's the. Is that the cut off? The fuel cut off. Odd nut. Wheel stud off something. Yeah, so wheel nut. Actually, an alloy. I think that's an alloy wheel nut, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, as you can see, there's quite a bit to sort out here. So I need to just figure out what's what and what I need to order. But I'm hoping that the bolts are here to actually connect the engine and transmission together. That's the main goal anyway. So let's dig into it and see what we got. Well, so this is everything. Now, obviously, I don't think this one belongs. One thing I am not seeing though is I know there are two long bolts that go through the transmission and through the body, and that holds the front end of the transmission. I have not seen them, so they're missing. I wonder if someone was using one of these instead. It would be maybe that length, maybe, I don't know, I'll have to measure it. But some of these, all the obvious, I've put these to one side because these look like they've been added. So again, I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, lots of M8s there. Was it made by 1.25? These, I'm not sure. Oh, and those two. But these ones, I think these are aluminum. They're very, very light. And there's 7 of them. Yeah. This, I think, I have seen this on the engine somewhere, so I think that this is just spares. That is the gearbox front mount. There is one bolt missing out of that. I thought I'd seen them somewhere, but maybe I haven't. These are all for the tins, I'm assuming. Again, it's just, yeah. So, yeah, and next, yeah, that's the cut-off on the cob. There is a cob, half dismantled Solix in there, so that, not entirely sure. That actually looks like it's been off the interior. You know, maybe going through a piece of carpet or something like that with a bolt in the middle. It's just the one though. That I'm still not sure. I am gonna grab the hot air gun and warm it up a little bit, because I know you can test the thermostat by doing it. I've seen so many different, the little thermostats, I've seen so many different shapes and sizes and what have you. I don't know, that might be it, but that's what I'm going to do next. I'm just going to grab the heat gun and just see if that moves when warmed. Like I've said many times in the past, I did not dismantle any of this. So, just for anybody that's come late, I bought this as a project, and this was all dismantled. I've never done anything on VWs before. I think the only thing I can remember ever doing was I put a new length of wire in a beetle for the horn a long time ago. That's my total experience with VWs. So this is all just my own bit of archaeology, trying to figure out what I've got, what does what goes where. Obviously they're wheel nuts. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to grab the heat gun and just test this, see what this does. Might do nothing, because at first I thought it was a vacuum advance for a distributor, but it's not. Because first of all, there's no way to actually put a vacuum on, but the little thermostat is the only thing I can think of. So anyway, let's get on. Let's try it. Okay, this is weird. I don't know why these feel just extraordinarily light, but they are magnetic. I thought these were aluminum or something, but yeah, they are extraordinarily light. I wonder if these are the nuts that hold the heads down. Yeah, because I do think some of this is off when the engine was rebuilt, because they did send a lot of parts back with it. They do, however, have the same thread as the one engine bolt that I've got. So I think one thing that I have not been able to find with this, and I don't know if anybody watching knows if they exist or not, but when I was building the Jeep, one thing you could do was you could buy nuts and bolt kits. Basically, it'd give you for example, transmission housing bolts, and you could buy, basically just a kit for a specific part of the vehicle. So I think I'm going to go have a quick look online, see if I can find anything like that. I know I've had cursory looks before and I haven't really found anything, but yeah, I think I'm going to just have a quick dig around, just see if I can find anything. It would just make life easier, that's all. It would make life a lot easier if I actually knew exactly what I needed. So there's only actually technically 3 bolts that I need for engine and transmission, and they're all M10. They're just not here. I'm going to have a dig around my actual stockpile of bolts, see if I've got them. If not, I'll just go online and order them. You can get them, but if I've already got, I've got loads and loads of bolts that I've kept from over the years, so most of them are metric. You know, I should have some M10s kicking about somewhere that will work. Let's try this all over again. So, the bolts that I need 2 for the bottom of the transmission to the engine. They're both M10s. I need 1 for the top left of the transmission to the engine. That's an M10. Obviously, there's a stud in the engine that I think that goes through the starter motor. So that's basic engine and transmission. These 2 here that connect to the top mount, they're both M10, and I just need 1 for the rear mount. So it's basically, it's not too bad there. I've just been digging around a few bits and pieces I had here just to make sure that nothing's gotten spread about or lost. I am going to have another look in the shed though. Oh, that's going on, John. I don't even know what that one's off, but I'm going to lose them. Let's put them back over here. All I can assume is that these have just been what's left off when the engine was assembled. Or reassembled. I just, likes of these, I just can't find anything that these would go to. So, I don't know, but I do need another one of these fellows, which, what's he, about a M12, I think. But again, I'm going to have a quick dig around, see what I've got, and then we'll figure it out from there. Okay, things are getting closer now. So, got engine bolts, that's not an issue, got plenty there. I'll clean them up, but good solid bolts are the right length, right thread, everything, perfect. Now, there is a bolt like this already in the engine, which I'm assuming is for this front mount. So that's 2 of them. There should be another one of them. I'm going to go looking for him in a moment. I'm pretty sure I've seen him. Stick him over there for the moment. Yeah, we're getting there. Now, I've got 4 of these. So either they are for there, which would not really give a lot of thread, or these ones here, which are more likely, but I've only got 3 of them. So I can't find another one of them. That's not an issue. Yeah, I'm just going to have to just play it by ear, just start putting things together and trying to figure out what goes where. But I'm going to stick him in the engine with the other one. I'll double check to make sure there isn't a 3rd one in there. I don't recall seeing one, but that doesn't mean it's not there. Let's go and have a look. Okay, yeah, that one's already in. We've got him there, so I need to find one for there. So I'm going to take him back out. I am going to run taps through all of these, by the way, because there is paint in them from when the engine block was reconditioned. But yeah, let's go and see if I can find another one of them. And yeah, we're getting close. Right then, I think I'm there. So, obviously, these have got to all be cleaned up. I won't be putting them in like this. But we have transmission rear cross member, or rear mount. We have transmission front mount. We have engine to transmission. We've got more than enough there. We have got transmission engine cross member. Bolts are actually in the engine. And then I think these are this cross member to the actual engine mount. It's either them or it's these. It's one or the other. So yeah, I mean, I think basically that's it. We're there. Obviously, these are all for the tins and everything. I've got all new nuts and bolts for the tins. I've got a nice shiny M8 nut there. Not sure what that's for, but yeah, I think we're there. I do think we're there. The thermostat is the only thing that's holding things up. That is proven to be difficult. I'm going to go back in, have a look online. I'm sending a couple of the places, suppliers, a message see if they have any idea when they're going to be getting them back into stock. Otherwise, I have spoken to a few people in the UK, and they said that they just run theirs without a thermostat. They just make sure the vents on the cooler box are open, and they just wire them open. And they've run like that for years. So, but if I can get one, I will put one in. I mean, you know. So that's it. I'm going to have a quick tidy up out here, and I'm going to go in, just like I say, drop a couple of emails, find out about these thermostats. I've tried a few people that are selling second-hand parts, and none of them are running thermostats. These are they're the ones that have been basically telling me, just don't worry about it. You know, don't worry about it. But like I said, I would like to put one in if I can find one. Anyway, let us get on, and we will come back to this in a short while. Well, got the transmission there. Engine's on the cart near the door. We are getting close. It is getting on in the day, so obviously I'm not going to be able to get this started today. But hopefully should have it sorted by maybe tomorrow or the next day. It's Tuesday tomorrow. Wednesday, I don't know what's going to happen on Wednesday. I've got a lot of stuff planned, so I've got to see how that's going to play out. But what I'm waiting for at the moment is I've got the engine oil and the transmission oil. I've ordered them. I've tried to get them locally. I was going to wait till the swap meet, but that's still 2 weeks away, so I don't really want to wait that long. Now, the one thing that I don't have, and I still haven't been able to find, is a working thermostat. Now, having spoken to several people that know a little bit more about these than I do, they've all said that here in the UK, unless you're running the van in the depths of winter, you really don't need a thermostat. None of them run thermostats in theirs. And one of the guys I was talking to, his current van, he's had it for getting on for 20 years. So, you know, I lean towards the more experienced users. So I would like to fit one, and I probably will if I can get one. But right now, I don't have a working one, and I just can't get hold of one. So it will be put together without the thermostat. Other than that, like I say, the one thing I want to do is I will set up I want to set up the idiot light on the oil pressure gauge, just so that I can see once it's primed to oil pressure. I won't put any plugs in until I've actually got oil pressure. Assemble it, then I want to try starting it outside the van. That is the big goal, to get it fired outside of the van. Once that has happened, I'll maybe bring it up to temperature, and basically let it cool down, and start putting it in. I do have a doodah for the snout on the transmission there now, a dust cover. I was mooching around in my stuff, and I've come across one. I don't honestly know what it's off, but it's almost identical to the one that was on there, so you know, it'll work. So I'm going to put that on in a moment. And like I say, I've just been ushering everything up towards the door, so when I come out here in the morning, I can just start, basically. So that's it for my current situation. Yeah, you might hear some eagerness in the voice. It's the whole experience with the engine so far. I've enjoyed it. I think I said in one of the previous videos, or might have been this video, I don't remember now, but this sort of thing I like, especially when it's something completely new, something that I've never worked on before. I just find the journey of exploration just enjoyable and exciting. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll probably not shoot anything more tonight, so we will see you in the morning. Okay, I've now also lubed this side up. The other thing I've done is as well, I have put some oil down in the cylinders. This engine has sat for a while, so I'm just a few precautions, that's all it is. I'm just taking a few precautions. So I've put oil down the spark plug holes, and so everything is now coated. What I'm going to do next is I am going to have the engine upright. Obviously I'll have this valve cover on. I'm going to do some basic assembly. I'm putting the oil filler neck on, and I'll probably pop the distributor in. At that point then I can put oil in the engine. I'll have to have a look how much it takes, and I want to put the correct amount in. Also, I want to lube up all of these seals and everything, just to, again, this is all precautions. Then what I think I'm going to do is mount the gearbox to the back of the engine, because what I really would like to do is spin the engine over a little bit without any carbs or anything like that connected, so that I can just get some of the oil and lubrication moving around. Okay, just pop the new release bearing in there. So I'm going to just maneuver this to the door a little bit, and then we'll try and mate these two together. Yeah. Sitting here thinking, people these days, they have to be entertained every moment of the day. But sometimes you can just gain just so much pleasure from just sitting, doing something. Screens, no constant yabbering, TikToks and reels and this and that just playing in the background. Sometimes just a quiet garage, some wrenches and an old engine. Yeah, sometimes days are good. Well, after my moment of contemplation, I've basically assembled it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick the old distributor in for the time being, because obviously, like I've said, I'm not starting it. I just want to spin it over on the starter just to get some oil pressure built up. But that, I'm afraid, is going to have to wait until tomorrow. Even though it doesn't look like it, looks like bright daylight out there, it is actually starting to get dark. It is after 6, and we're not quite into British summertime yet, so yeah, by the time I get the few of the bits and pieces hooked up, it's going to be just dark, and I want to do this in the daylight. So that's it for today. I know I haven't really shot much video today. I've been doing a few other jobs. There's a couple of things I want to do on the van, such as the brakes, because I realised that you can actually get better access to some of the brake lines and everything when the engine's out. So I've been doing those, which you will see in a separate video. But yeah, we are almost ready to start cranking it over. I don't have oil in anything yet. Again, I'll do that in the morning. I've oiled up the cylinders, the rocker gear and all of that. I put a little bit of oil down the fuel pump, oiled, just lubricated everything that I can. Obviously, like I said, this engine's sat, even though it's reconditioned, it has sat for at least 3 years. So I just want to be as safe as possible. Yeah, so I'll get some oil in it in the morning. One thing I do wish I could do, and I don't know how to do it on this engine, is I don't have it here, it's over at the shop, but I do have a little device where you take the external oil filter off. It screws onto there, and you can pump oil in, but you can build some pressure up in the engine, so you can actually get everything lubricated up prior to actually spinning it over. But I don't honestly know how to do that on this engine, so obviously I'm not. But anyway, that's it for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. Well, I'm ending another day, and it's raining. This really has become a theme lately. It really has. But with that in mind, I think it's also a good place to bring this video to a close. So, next video, fingers crossed, we will see this engine start. So stay tuned for that and take care. Have a good one.